The G4FD engine from Hyundai or Kia seems to have a problem with sudden heavy oil consumption early in its engine life. This video is just a heads up for Hyundai Veloster or Accent Kia Soul or Rio owners with the 1.6L GDI engine. I recommend you check your oil every 2 weeks on these engines that exceed 90,000 miles. In my personal experience, I neglected to check oil after a month and a half and ended up spinning a rod bearing on this engine at 91,000. The dipstick was at a third from the full mark with oil still in the sump, but these sumps are rather shallow. When these engines start consuming oil, it comes on fast and sudden with no or little exhaust smoke. Also, there were no signs of shavings plugging up the oil passages at the crank pins either. The crank pin with the spun bearing ended up being 14 thousandths out of round. Anyway, here is a rundown on what a spun rod bearing sounds like on a Hyundai motor. Here is each phase of the rebuild. I figured I would just rebuild for experience with Chinese parts from Fleabay. Surprisingly well made internals for the price. I still wonder if some of the Gamma engines had the same problem as the Theta engines, accumulating block shavings in the oil passages from poor cleanup after block machining. Hyundai recalled certain models with G4FD engine. This software upgrade is for the knock sensor to detect early signs of bearing failure. I got this update done before the bearing failure. Knock sensor code came up a few minutes after the bearing knock developed. Go figure. And the final operation of the engine restored to its former glory.